Put the chicken between two pieces of plastic wrap so that it doesn't splash all over the kitchen. Because when you are working with raw chicken, it must be handled with the utmost care. We're going to take 2 eggs, break them into the bowl. This is a lot of chicken. I think we'll use 3 eggs. We'll whisk it. I'm going to add some milk. And then we will let our chicken breasts just hang out in the egg milk mixture. In the refrigerator to hang out and keep cold while we make our marinara sauce. Here's a little olive oil in the frying pan. And now we're going to chop some onion and garlic. We're just making a small batch, so we don't need too much onion. Okay, we'll start our onion, start our stove. Onion goes in a little before the garlic. You can use the garlic press, but sometimes the garlic gets a little bitter, so you can just chop it real fine. This goes in with our onion. You want to cook this until the onion is soft. We're going to blend our canned tomatoes. You can just chop them or crush them by hand, but not everybody likes the chunks. And in with the onions and garlic. Okay, and to this we're going to add a little salt and some sugar. Just a little to take the acidity out of the tomato. And then the seasoning we're going to use, just a little basil. This is basil I picked last summer, and threw in the freezer. And if you're going to put it in something like this, you won't be able to tell it from fresh. Okay, we're just going to let this simmer and then taste it in a little bit for seasoning. And to the basil, we're going to add a little oregano, just for a little more, needed more flavor. And just let this bubble away for probably 10 minutes, and then we will start frying our chicken. Okay, so we take our chicken out of the refrigerator. I get my homemade breadcrumbs out of the freezer. And we're going to fry our chicken. Almost equal parts of breadcrumbs. Not quite as much cheese as breadcrumbs, but a good amount. A little more garlic, keeps the vampires away. We don't put salt in it because Romano cheese has a lot of salt. A good non-stick ceramic frying pan. You want to know if your oil is hot enough to fry. Take a wooden spoon handle, and if it bubbles around it, it's hot enough. It's not bubbling yet. See the bubbles coming up around the bottom of the spoon? It's hot enough. So we take our chicken, dip it in our breading mixture, and gently lay them on. Now we pounded them nice and thin, so they're not going to take too long to cook. So we want our oil nice and hot so that we get a brown crust on our chicken. take a peek. Almost ready to turn. You don't have to worry about getting it too well done because we're going to put the hot marinara over it and stick it in the oven and it'll finish cooking. Marinara bubbling and it's smelling better all the time. Now into our pan, baking dish. Okay, just in case there isn't quite enough Romano cheese on there, we're going to sprinkle a little more. Then, we're going to pour our marinara over top. And then into a 350-degree oven for roughly a half an hour. In the meantime, we're going to be cooking our noodles. All right, we have a pot of water boiling on the stove. We're adding salt. You want enough salt, as salty as the sea. We're going to add our egg noodles. And some more. That'll have to boil about 15 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to put cheese. Ooh, it's ready. We're going to take some mozzarella and put it on top of our chicken parm, imported mozzarella from Wisconsin. Okay, now we're going to turn the heat off and leave it in the oven to melt. We're going to salt, and we're going to put our broccoli in there. And the broccoli and the noodles should almost be done at the same time. And it'll be dinner time. Those noodles are a little al dente, and we do not throw them against the wall to see if they're done. I just personally taste them. Drain the water. Back in the pot. And a little butter. Keep them from sticking. Chicken is done. Ready to plate. Take a nice amount of noodles. And my family likes to have their chicken parm on top of the noodles, and the marinara serves as like a spaghetti sauce. A lot of gooey cheese. Okay, there you have it. Chicken Parmesan.